because President did not call me.
This cross-state line selling of health insurance policy, there was legislation introduced in the Senate this year. I was a co-sponsor of that legislation. It had 3 requirements. Number one, the company that was going to sell in Georgia had to be registered in another state, but then they had to prove their solvency to the Georgia Insurance Department so that they would be able to take care of their claims. They had to agree that if there was a dispute, that they would solve that dispute in Georgia with the appeals process in Georgia, not if it's an Iowa company, you've got to come to Iowa to sue us because we didn't cover our claim. And then the third is they had to have a registered agent in the state of Georgia that the Georgia Department of Insurance would be able to get in touch with and hold them accountable for complying with their contract. I was a co-sponsor for that. The bill got gutted, derailed, sidetracked, because there was an amendment offered that said that any policy that came in here from out of the state of Georgia would have to cover all the Georgia mandates. Now, Georgia has 45 mandates on their health insurance policy. And as this says, 20%, it adds 20% to the price. I agree with John. I think it could be higher than that. Why would I, if I were buying an individual policy for myself, why would I need to pay for maternity coverage? And this costs at every policy. Or why would I need to pay for coverage of breast reconstruction, or pap smears, or mammograms? Now, we have tried many times in the General Assembly, and I'm like Representative Knox, there's been no mandates added since the Republicans have taken control. But I was 6 years prior to that in the state house, and they added mandate after mandate after mandate. And every time we have attempted to create a mandate-like policy, you've got 2 groups of people that fight us and defeat us. One of them are the Democrats. Mary, your party, fights us every time on trying to get a mandate-like policy. And the other one is the women's cause. Whether it be Republicans or Democrats, they fight against this, saying that we are trying to discriminate against women. My idea is I would like to see the legislature, and this will have to be the legislature, it's nothing that the insurance commissioner could do about it, but it would be the legislature would create a mandate-free policy. And then you as an individual, or an individual would come to their agent, and just like the car salesman, right now in Georgia, if you go in, you're going to have to buy a fully loaded Cadillac. You can't go in there and buy the cheapest Chevrolet if all you need is a car to go back and forth to work. You've got to buy a fully loaded Cadillac. I would like for this to be a bare bones policy, just nothing but hospitalization policy, and then you can add your prescription if you want to. That's going to cost you X number of dollars a month. You can add this, you can add that. It would be a cafeteria plan where you would build your policy the way you want to build it, and that you would then, you as the agents or the brokers would be able to sell this, and you could custom make that policy to any individual that they want to do it. Or if it's a small group, you can custom make that small group policy. But that's what's going to lead to the cheapest and the most competition out there in the market. Is going to drive prices down, and you're going to have companies want to come to Georgia to do this, to compete for this business, and that's what's going to give the consumers of the state of Georgia the best buy for their dollar. So that's where I feel.